did have one other thing to start. A number of people have reached out about the tier list and where they can get a copy. So unfortunately, don't have a downloadable link form yet. But if you just email us, support@whosrecords.com, we'll send over a clean sheet with all the songs reset for free. That's on the house. You're welcome.
I don't know. I might
that's a deal worth $99 that we're giving you for free.
4 installments of $200. You're welcome. All right.
20% interest.
Here we are.
Inky, could you do it could you link the document, but just make it view only for everybody that you share it with?
It is, yeah. So that's set up, and it's in the description and everything. You can click on it and it'll update to what as we go through these episodes and these lists and every week. But the clean copy where it would have, the 2-in-1, the 2 episodes we already did. That's what I was referring to.
I see it.
The downloadable thing, yeah.
Gotcha.
You should I know we want to get into this, but you should throw a section on the website that's like a catalog of all of our podcast episodes, like a blog area,
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah. We've like toyed around with linking it a bit, and right now a few of the episodes where we do have the album listed are living in the description. But I agree that cataloging of the actual episodes would be good, and we already have that set up. It's essentially this sheet, with the actual album reviews. So yeah, good call.
Also, I did some research on like if we can add like 10 seconds of a song to a video. And every blog and stuff I read was like, yeah, there's no 10-second rule. You're just not allowed to do it. So I guess I'm not the only one who thought that was a thing, but I'm wrong. So
is that for the purposes of like copyright infringement, or is that like the limitations of Google Meet?
Copyright infringement.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't matter where.
Well, I mean, guys like Rick Beato get away with it. So to Nigel's point, I still feel like if you're using it for like educational purposes, if you're adding something to it, you'd be able to. But I don't know. I mean, the internet's never wrong. So
I say it's worth trying. Maybe next episode or something. But in any event, should we get into it?
I think we shall.
This is an interesting grouping right here. I think there's some very solid songs here. And then there's some not so solid ones, which we'll, talk about as well. But I think
a big mid-off in the middle right there.
Yeah. Get ready for the mid-off. The fans have been waiting. But I think there's some pretty solid songs here, starting with Brown Eyed Woman. I mean, that Cornell version is, I think, a prime example of how good that song can be. It just kind of has really good energy. Which is kind of, it's like a moving and grooving song. It kind of brings it, and I feel like it never really lets down, in my opinion. And I mean, I think it's a very solid A song.
I was about to say I'm right there with you, but I don't think I am. When I look at it upon first glance, I think that empty spot is pretty nice for it.
Top of B.
Yeah. But
do you think it's why do you think B instead of A?
It's solid. I group it with the Jack Straw, the Tennessee Jed, Truck and Sugar Magnolia group. It's just like a pretty solid, quick hit, good energy song. I don't have too much to say.
I personally think it's like a level above those songs. Yeah, that's just me. What about you, Seamus?
I initially agreed with Jack. I think I still do. That it's more of an A song. Fair point, Inky. It's definitely one of the more I don't think generic is the right word. Mainstream, palatable, like that kind of idea of like being accessible to a lot of people, which, I mean, if you're into the Dead for other reasons, then that's less appealing. But like Jack said, there's a lot of really good versions of it. And, even the more plain, like Europe 72 versions, still good. Cornell is a great example of what it can be. And this is, I think, I forget if we talked about this before maybe on the last episode with a different one of these songs, but just talking about how Dead and Co. Unless I was talking about this with Tim and Kyle, maybe, but like Dead and Co. just like find a way to really expand that song sometimes. Like they have a longer runtime on that song, I think, than a lot of Dead versions of it. And like I said, I know there was another song that you could say the same thing about. Maybe I Know You Rider is another one that Dead and Co. draws out a little bit more than the Grateful Dead did back in the day. I mean, if you want to split the difference, we can go Low A in the empty spot below Morning Dew. Because, I mean, I would say War for Ed is a more special song than Brown Eyed Woman.
Mm-hmm.
But, dude, I mean, I would be surprised, like, for you to say that it's below Playing in the Band. You know,
I agree.
Yeah. I don't really like Playing in the Band either, but I'm good with Low A. I'll leave it to you and Jack to kind of place it in Low A.
Okay.
Jack, that spot under Morning Dew is pretty fair as well.
That works for me.
Yeah.
UJB.
Oh,
interesting.
Dude. Sorry, Garrett Stubb just got rocked by a pitch on the inside of his elbow.
Who?
Oh, Garrett Stubbs, our catcher. He's up a bat, and the ball hits him right here. That's gotta hurt. Sorry.
You're good. I forgot that you were like low key a big baseball guy.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm a fair weather fan, but I've been definitely watching a lot more these past 2 years. They sucked for a while, but last year was pretty fun watching that World Series run.
Couldn't even told you they were in
it. Dude, I was looking for Brown Eyed. Sorry to bring it back, but I was looking at Brown Eyed Woman, like a studio version, or and I looked at Jack Straw Studio, and there's so many songs that they never recorded in the studio and they just played live. Brown Eyed Woman and Jack Straw being two examples. And I feel like there's like a group of songs like the songs that have like those great studio versions of like that kind of like formed the Dead and like made the Dead who they are. I feel like Uncle John's Band is one of those songs. You know, it's one of those quintessential Dead songs that kind of created the Dead, and they recorded it, and that's how they were able to like finance their touring, was through those albums. They didn't want to record necessarily, but they had to live the lifestyle. Good problem to have. And I think that makes it a special song. Where I'd rank it, I don't know. I'd defer to you guys also. We just scored in the top of the 11th.
Nice.
Where I'd rank it, I don't know. I'm curious what your guys' thoughts are, because it's kind of a tough one. I feel like there's some different things.
It is. Inky, how do you feel about it?
I think I generally agree with what Jack said. It is really special, and it is really tough to rank. I was searching for the right adjective, like heavenly, melodic. It is a bit of a shorter song, but it is, I don't know, it captures that like pretty hippie-ish vibe pretty well. And it's also linked with a lot of drum space, with a lot of playing in the band, like those long jammies. And then there's always something about exiting into an Uncle John's Band that I like a lot.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
It's also, go ahead.
I'd go Low A's with this as well. And then maybe with you guys are exactly where we would want to put it.
I also feel like it's one of those, like they have those kind of acoustic-y, I don't know, just those kind of basic songs that came from American Beauty and Working Man's Dead. This is in that group, but I think what sets the song apart is that they can and do put on some serious jams in it.
Yeah.
So I think a Low A, maybe a mid A, we're going on a tear, boys. We just scored 2 runs in the top of the 11th, and we only got 1 out. Man, on first and second.
Raised. Not a real city.
First place, American League. American League's a joke, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, I say mid A. I would go mid A. We're on that bird song, Bertha.
Yeah.
You're about to shoot that.
I mean, I'm down for A for sure. It's a cool song. I think it does mean a lot for like the Dead. I think it's can't even say one of their more iconic songs, but I guess like all the elements that Jack just described it's like a good example of all the things that a Dead song could be, put it that way. And Inky, you said it's like usually a short song, and there are definitely some short versions of it, but I feel like I hear a lot of like, I guess I don't know what you're defining as short because it's Grateful Dead, obviously, but like I've heard some like 6-7 minute versions of it where there definitely is a jam part of it. And I guess when it goes into another kind of jam, it's all about where you cut it off. But no, I think it's cool. I heard on one of the Live Rarities is one of the box sets series, right? There's a really cool one of this that's got like a lot of hand percussion in it, and I think it's an acoustic guitar, but it's still it's different than when they play Ripple on acoustic, because Ripple's still very much like a very kind of simple time signature chord progression. Feel like they do a lot of, again, intricate lead stuff with the jam in there. Yeah, but at the same time, it's also not like it's rarely one that I'm like dying to throw on. So I would say low end for me, probably.
Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah. Maybe we go below Birdsong-ish. We're all in agreement with A.
I would do that.
I'd be fine with that.
I'm gonna slide these over.
It's just weird putting on the stuff above Warfrat, which
I was gonna say for Jack, we might have to move Warfrat up.
I'm around with that idea as well.
I would switch Planet of the Band Warfrat personally.
We can start there. Yeah,
that's easy.
By the end of this show, Warfrat's going to be at the top of S, man.
It keeps climbing up.
I think I was the one that was talking it down a good bit. You were saying S, and I might have been saying like, it doesn't really do much for me. I'd put it like, so.
I think that's
I probably split the middle on you guys, I think.
I don't think what the best Warfrat is. I mean, the Crimson White Indigo one's pretty amazing. Anyways, getting off track. He's gone. I know Inky's feelings on this song.
Do you know?
I think they're poor.
Indeed.
You're a fan.
I didn't know you knew that.
Yeah, I remember. I forget when we talked about it, but
maybe I said in the car.
Yeah.
I was probably. I'm confused. Where does he stand?
He's gone.
Yeah, that's where I stand. He's gone. When song plays, he's out of there.
But no, I like this song. Seamus,
where would you put it?
I like it. Another one that I wouldn't say that I'm ever really like dying to throw on, but I don't mean that in like it's a bad song kind of way. Sure. I just mean like I'm not in the mood for it as much as some of these other ones like the Deals and the Tennessee Jeds and stuff like that.
Right.
So I would go like high B.
Yeah, I've had times where I'd want to put it on. Like the Europe 72 version's like pretty great. I like that one a lot. But I mean, yeah, I would put it below Loser for sure. I would probably go mid B. Yeah, Inky, what do you think?
I'd be happy with the bottom of B. I'm interested if you guys can point to a good He's Gone besides the Europe 72. And I don't like the Veneta version either, which is a popular one as well.
Europe 72 is usually my reference point. So,
and if you can't name me one, then it's going at the bottom of B. I'm sorry.
I don't make the rules.
I don't make the rules.
There's one.
I just think them up and enforce them.
There's that one on that RFK show that just came out. I haven't listened to it yet, and I'm excited to. It comes right out of a 26-minute Dark Star into a 15-minute He's Gone, and then an 8-minute Warfrat.
That's calling your name, Inky.
Yeah. Maybe that'll make you say it's an F.
Mid B is you win this time.
I haven't listened to it. I don't know if it's any good.
Seamus, do we leave it under Tennessee Jed though?
I'm cool with that.
I was gonna put it under Tennessee Jed.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Have you guys listened to that RFK show yet?
No.
I listened.
Is it from 73? Did I see that?
73.
That came out like today or yesterday.
It came out a few weeks ago, like 2 weeks ago maybe, or a week ago. I've listened to first like 3 songs, I think. It opens with a Morning Dew, which I put on for a run, and it was just like not really doing it for me. But the Beat On Down the Line is really fun, and then the Ramble on Rose is like a really, really good Ramble on Rose, like one of the better ones for sure. So it's a long ass show. It's almost 5 hours long.
Wow.
It's crazy. With the Allman Brothers too, I think.
Oh yeah, that's right. I do know what you're talking about. Yeah. Does it have a Not Fade Away near the end?
It does.
Johnny Be Good.
It goes Not Fade Away, Going Down the Road, drums, Not Fade Away, Johnny Be Good.
Yeah, yeah. You can really hear I think Dickie Betts in that one really well. I do remember listening to it because I remember the Allman Brothers, and I was like, holy shit, whoa, they went on stage together, and I guess Dwayne would have passed by then, right?
I think so.
I think he passed away in 1971. So,
yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's
so early.
It's just like in the middle of Not Fade Away. It just begins sounding like Blue Sky or something.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, I'm excited to get to it.
The Allman song. Yeah.
That is such a cool link up.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Big River.
And we start our descent now.
Yeah.
Entering Midtown.
I'd be shocked if you guys could name a version you point to that you really like.
I can't.
I know some that I listen to because it's on some show that I really like. Oh, it's on Winterland.
Which one?
The closing of Winterland 78. It comes after Me and My Uncle, and then Big River in Front of the Devil. So like I listen to it a lot, but yeah, it's doesn't mean it's good. I just listen to it a lot. So yeah, I don't know what it really does for me here. I'd probably say, what's up?
I will say that if it was 1973 and you got a Big River, it most likely means like a Dark Star Eyes China Doll is about to follow. So
you got to take the good with the bad, you mean?
Yeah, that's about all I can give it. I would go top of D, honestly. I think I'd be okay.
I'm not staunchly opposed. I mean, I was gonna say C, but that's only because I don't hate the song. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't really do much for me. I'd be fine with D. It's a Johnny Cash cover, isn't it?
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you guys like the original.
I mean, I like Johnny Cash. I don't listen to him a ton, but I mean, he's iconic. He really kind of corners that old country sound. I mean, there's other people, but you know what I mean when I say corners. Again, iconic.
Yeah, for sure.
My dad likes Johnny Cash a lot too, so I feel like I have spent a decent amount of time listening to him.
I found the other Big River I listen to a lot. It's on the Hampton VA show, October '89. That's I listen to that one a lot. That's probably I mean, you can probably skip right into Stagger Lee if you want, and then Queen Jane. That Queen Jane rocks. I think I probably listened to that Hampton VA October '89. That's probably my most listened to show. That's a good one.
Probably not a great sign if it took you 2 minutes to find it.
Yeah, that's a good point. So I would probably go top of D.
Yeah,
let's do it.
Yeah, and the other thing we got to remember too is like if we don't put anything below C, then you might as well just draw up the letters again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And here it is.
I feel like this song deserves a lot of credit. It is the only Dead song after all. It's all just one big dark star.
The only one. I loved your text about it. I'm gonna see what you.
What do they say?
Sorry, keep going. I think I sent the preview, just a screenshot of this. Like, hey, this is what we're doing. Mm-hmm. But I feel like the most serious Deadheads throws Dark Star into S.
Yeah, if we want to be cool, I feel like
kind of funny.
We probably have to do the same. I mean, it's a tough one. I don't listen to it a lot, but when when I'm in a Dark Star mood, like when you get a good Dark Star live, like honestly, Bobby's been doing it pretty well. This past tour, from what I've like listened to. Obviously, it's a Jerry song. He crushes it. I love it. I mean, I feel like I probably need to listen to it more. But I mean, how many other songs can we go on for 46 minutes? It's just insane.
Yeah, not many. But you had a couple of theirs.
Yeah.
Because it's the type of band they were. Yeah, dude, so first off, I feel like I should have done my homework for this more. I mean, most songs on this list, I've done enough homework, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas when we review an album, I try to always listen to it, even if it's one I know. But there's definitely a couple songs in this tier where it's starting to get like, all right, I'm less familiar with them. Like haven't listened to them. I've been listening to multiple versions of them really, or have one saved to a playlist. Dark Star, I definitely think is one that I definitely don't have a version of that like lined up really. But again, a lot of these times, like I've said it before, it's not that this is a song that I like hate or would I rip apart. I feel like I'm just not really well versed enough with it to give it a fair rating. So I definitely defer to what you two say. But I will agree that it's definitely a very like it represents like their kind of, I don't want to say niche following, it's a big part of their following, but the real trippy element of their music, I think is really present in this song.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with you there, Seamus. If we're gonna rank it pretty high, I think it would be on the merit of that, opposed to like musical profoundness or. Well, I guess it's pretty musically profound. You know, like a hit song that we all know and love and sing along to.
Yeah. I guess one I would recommend is like the Live Dead one from their 69 album that they like open the album with. 23 minutes. Not weird to say, not super long, but not super long in terms of Dark Stars. And you know, I think that's a cool one. Come on, end the game. That's game. Sorry. I'd say high. I mean, I would like to say S, but I would kind of agree with you guys. I'd probably have to put it high A.
Okay, fine with me. Top of A.
Top of A.
I'll allow it. Yeah. I don't have enough say in this to veto it. Put it that way. And I probably haven't given it its due credit. So
yeah, I feel like I need to listen to a Dark Star after this.
This was the strategy I was going to go with once we hit 10, and this will be the start of another A row.
Cool.
Opposed to just
you do A plus A minus if you really want.
We'll leave it like this for now. I think that might get tricky, Seamus.
That's fine. I mean, it's effectively the same thing that we're doing, but that's fine. Black Peter, everybody's favorite Dead song. What do you guys think?
I actually enjoy the studio version a lot.
Interesting.
I really dislike the Dead & Co version, and I cannot fathom why they play it so much. Like they play it, like Bobby plays this song a lot, and I don't get it. And he's just not good at it. I don't know. And I feel like John isn't really good at it either. And it just kind of melds into like the rest of the sounds that are going on in the stadium. I feel when Dead & Co play it, and I also probably couldn't point to one except for the studio version. I think it's a good song.
Dude, that is such a damning take on a song to say that, like, as it's being played, it just blends in with all the other noise around you. Yeah. You're basically saying it's white noise.
It is white noise.
It's a pretty complainy song, the lyrics and
the whole
just the cadence of it. I do like the 72 Spectrum. I think it's a Philadelphia show. But yeah, other than that, can't really point to any. And in general, don't really like the song. I would personally put top of D. I'd go above Big River though.
Yeah, I mean, I'd maybe even put it below Big River, but
we're about to go at each other for Big River versus Black Peter.
You guys are here with scraps.
Yeah. I mean, Jack. I mean, what's your take?
Uh,
How does that resonate with you?
yeah. So let's listen to the Spectrum one. They played almost the most shows that I've ever played. They played at the Spectrum. I think it's like the fourth most.
Yeah.
Which is just awesome. That's a great sound for Philly. It's so cool. One more than Madison Square Garden. I just pulled it up. Oops, just go Philly.
Suck it, New York.
Suck it. And then the rest are Oakland, San Francisco, Oakland. Makes sense. I would put it. Yeah, I would put it in these. Put in that empty spot above Black Peter.
Fine with me.
Above Big River.
Dude, crazy. Sorry, Johnny Cash. Crazy that. So you said the only 3 venues above the Spectrum were all like California, right?
So there's
San
4
Fran and Oakland.
There's 4 above, 2 from San Fran and 2 from Oakland.
Gotcha. I thought you said it was 4th, but either way, it still makes it the most toward East Coast venue.
Yeah.
Or non-California venue.
Yeah.
Go Birds.
Go Birds. Go Phils.
Go Birds.
That was easy. Okay, Stella Blue. This is gonna be a short episode, I guess.
Yeah, we might just stop the series here. We don't like it anymore. Got really boring.
Stella Blue. Yeah.
What's the start?
I think it's a C. I think it goes below Me and My Uncle. I like some versions. I don't know if I can name them. I do like listening to it sometimes. But I'm just kind of like, I got PTSD from that Stella Blue that came out of Drum Space with in Chicago, where I was like, all right, come on, guys, pick it up.
Fair.
Yeah. That was particularly damning, I feel like, too. I don't know when else I've seen Stella Blue, so it's a poor impression of it for sure. I would be fine with that, though, if you want to put it. See, I don't think I'd put it right below Me and My Uncle.
Yeah.
I'd put some space between those.
Yeah.
What say you, Inky?
Which way would you put space in between them?
Just based on like the
All
open spots
below?
board.
Yeah, below.
Yes,
All
yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I
like
think I
below,
might.
like He's Gone. I mean, just down in the C's. We don't have to throw it all the way towards the bottom.
Yeah. I might be a bit on an island here then for Stella Blue. I don't particularly like it a lot either, but sometimes, occasionally, I'll think it's a beautiful song.
Yeah, I think so too. I would actually, now I'm thinking about it more, I'd probably put it right next to Me and My Uncle personally.
Yeah, that's fine.
Next to Sugar Mag.
Oh, next to Sugar. Wait, so like next to Sugar Mag?
I just didn't hear you.
He said Me and My Uncle.
I guess I would probably. I mean, I think Me and My Uncle is a better song than China Cat. I know we disagreed on that.
I know you don't like China Cat.
I don't have to say
That goes out for you. It must have been tough seeing that week out.
I think this personally, I would go like Me and My Uncle, Stella Blue, China Cat, in C's. Yeah, I agree with you. Every once in a while, there's a pretty damn good Stella Blue.
I think I'm also not going to die on the hill though. So maybe below Me and My Uncle, right there though. We're gonna
or top of C if you want.
I'm good. Again, just
that's fine.
Yeah, usually it's good, but I'm not gonna talk it up so much. I think Cassidy will be super interesting though. I think we're gonna have some takes here because I know you two are both pretty into it.
Oh, God damn it! Why do you hate the dead so much, Inky?
Yeah, dude.
I don't know. I began thinking about it and not really taking the time to look through their songs. Like, wait a minute, like a couple of these, but it was kind of a similar explanation, or will be a similar explanation to when we were talking about Loser and Birdsong. Really similar to Birdsong, actually. I liked it the first 6 months, and then after that, it dropped off a cliff. And the Reckoning version is the only one I like.
I mean, I knew we were going to talk about the Reckoning version, as we should. That's a great version. That's the first version I knew and, like saved, put in Spotify terms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like some of the other live versions of it, though. I think it's on Without a Net.
Yeah.
They do some really cool stuff on that album. So I like it. Letter probably wouldn't put it up. I mean, if somebody said A, I wouldn't be opposed. I'd maybe put it in B. Okay. And Iggy, what are you gonna say? Like C?
If the Reckoning version didn't exist, I'd probably put it high C, but it does exist. It's real.
So good.
You can touch it. You can feel it. The drums, that big interlude.
Dude, that interlude is sick.
I don't know. That just came to mind. Probably not even the right word, but
they do so much in 4 minutes in that song.
Yeah, I feel like they might have bongos in there.
Ooh, cool.
The percussion sounds great.
I think you're right. I think there's some kind of hand percussion.
Yeah, but I'd be happy with low mid B.
Above He's Gone.
I would go higher. I would go above the other one. Seamus.
Not opposed. Not opposed.
Split the difference.
Fine if that hurts seeing my boy Jed get pushed back a little bit farther.
Girl.
Time, but yeah. Fair enough. Samson and Delilah.
Man, this really was a light week, guys. we really filled out the bottom of our tier list here.
Yeah.
Just when you thought it wouldn't happen.
Yeah, that's a D for me.
It's a D for me, dog.
This song's kind of annoying.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not crazy fond of it. I think he's gonna say it's his favorite Dead song.
I'm trying to. Is there even a talking point here? I think it just goes straight.
It's got a cool name.
Yeah.
It's a classic song. I couldn't tell you why, but it kind of is one of those classic Dead songs, and I think it's just because it was an early song. I think that's the only reason why.
Yeah, that's a logical explanation, honestly.
Yeah, I think people latched onto it before they made better music. Is what happened. Yeah, I guess it's not super early. It was a 7.
Somebody bought really early.
Yeah. I think I need to listen to the heady version of it because. Oh wait, it wasn't even a Dead song, was it?
It's a cover, yeah.
Yeah. From Reverend Gary Davis. They also covered.
Who's man?
He also wrote "Death Don't Have No Mercy," and his version of that is sick. I will say, he is a man,
and a reverend,
a reverend
man.
A reverend. That's dicey in this day and age, in this political climate.
I know. How'd they get away with it? How did we let this happen?
Well, anyone know what this song is about? Samson and Delilah?
No.
Delilah was a woman.
Samson, presumably a man. So I think we're getting there.
Oh, okay. So I just searched it, and the first thing is BibleStudyTools.com. Samson and Delilah.
Yeah, I think it's biblical. Those are biblical names. What they did in the Bible, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. They did there was a movie called Samson and Delilah from 1949.
They fornicated where they weren't supposed to fornicate or something like that. I don't know. Some average biblical story.
Yeah. I don't know if you know this. Throw it in D.
Throw it in D, move on.
Yeah. I'd be happy here.
Damn. You were just burying Big River right now.
Dude, I hate that song.
I mean, I guess I'll let it happen because I don't really have strong feelings towards the song.
It'd be kind of funny if we just spend like 25 minutes dissecting the bottom of the D tier place which one should go where. But no, let's not waste our time.
I think
glad
this is a happier ending here.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. I do like
Nice.
going down the road feeling bad.
Yeah, it's got a fun riff. I might actually play it when we get off.
Nice.
I don't know when the last time I heard it was live, like in person.
Yeah, they don't play it
Ever.
often. I've found at least Dead and Co. Not Grateful Dead.
I've been meaning to find set lists of all the shows I've been to, and save in the folder. I think I have like the first 5, so maybe that's just the last 2 years that I don't have down on there.
I think most of them might be on Spotify too, Seamus. So you might be in luck there. You're not going to have to go on archive and use Safari to stream them or anything. So if you're on your
Yeah,
phone,
I just mean to even just to take a picture of them, put it in an album, so that I can go back and reference like
for sure.
all the shows I saw, the progression of a Deadhead.
That's nice.
Jack's been quiet.
You guys ever blast this song driving down the road, feeling bad? I highly
Yes, I
recommend.
have. Yes, I have. It's a good time. Is that on your DUI playlist?
It's got to make it on there. Yeah, for sure. I'll add it on the call.
Go
ahead.
There's this album called Elementary Dr. Watson, which is Doc and Merle Watson's, like an album of the two of them, and it opens with "Going Down the Road Feeling Bad," and Doc Watson's a beast, and I mean, like, given that this is I guess this is one of his songs, that's even cooler that they do that, and it is a really fun song. I don't listen to it a lot, like really ever. It's usually at the end of shows, I feel. And I don't really make it all the way to the end of shows a lot. I listen to a lot of first sets. But it is a fun one. I feel like I need to give it more credit. So I would defer to you guys. I don't know it as well as you guys, I don't think. I think it's a solid B song.
I was gonna say at least a solid B, yeah.
Yeah, I'd be happy with top of B, low A, I think. Oh, maybe mid-ish B.
Yeah.
A little tough. I kind of push it down lower after I look at what's actually in B.
I think it's lower than Cassidy. Probably lower than Tennessee Jed. I'd probably put it after Tennessee Jed.
Seamus?
I think that's fair. I mean, B is pretty strong. Like you said, take a look at it.
Yeah,
it's on par with all those other songs. I don't think it's like clear of them. So mid B is fair. Yeah, spare Tennessee Jed. Another spot.
It's gonna get harder and harder, man.
Yes, but row 5 is actually all very recognizable songs.
Row 5, yeah. Row 4 is
also.
Row 4 is pretty mid. There's a couple of heaters in there. For the end specifically.
I can already tell at least one in row 4. Not at least 2, probably. That could be a little divisive.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
It's funny how like there's some songs that me and Seamus agree on, and Inky, you disagree on completely, and then there's songs that you two agree on and I disagree with completely. And yeah, it's just weird, the dynamics.
I guess, are there none that you and me agree on that Seamus is?
I don't.
I'm sure there is. I feel like
off of this list.
Yeah. I'm also really enjoying reading it right to or left to right opposed to top down. James, you just said it was like a really strong B tier, which I agree with.
Yeah.
Inky, we agreed on the other one. I think that's the main one that we both agreed on. That Seamus wasn't a fan of.
Yeah. Good call.
A Venn diagram, a 3-way Venn diagram would be really interesting. I don't feel like making that at all.
I haven't, but it would be interesting.
I probably will do it though.
Yeah, I mean, it would be cool. I mean, there's something would live in every section. There's definitely songs that only one of us like. I feel like that. Maybe the least common take, but
I feel like Word Fred is one that I'm about that you guys aren't necessarily. Trying to think what else.
That Venn diagram concept gets hard because it's all based on where the cutoff is of a song making it on your list versus not making it, which is hard to say. Because I mean, if you cut everything above C off, then we might have somewhere to go with that.
Yeah.
China Cat might be I might be the only one really defending that song.
You guys need is this today?
No, I was like, what's today?
It's tomorrow.
Oh, I was so confused. I'm like,
What if it had the set list dropped already?
guys, get it.
Huge conspiracy theory.
Cool. That was a quick one.
Yeah.
Not bad. Thanks, guys. Go watch or listen to the Folsom show, especially the Watchtower. It's your homework.
All right, I will.
Please.
I will.
I'm begging you.
Well,
It'll change your life.
And listen to that RFK show. It's almost a 5-hour commitment. I haven't done it yet either, but I think it's gonna be.
That's sick. I just got 5 hours laying around.
That's perfect.
It's crazy. I was just thinking it's 9:30. I have 5 hours to burn. I only have to get up for work in like 11. So.
You can listen to it twice, man. You're good.
I could fly out to Chicago and listen to it at the Ale House tonight.
Now we're talking. Oh man.
All right, well, I'll see you
All right,
there.
brothers. Take it easy, guys.
Peace.
Yeah.